not only do we have Daniel being absolutely retarded during former episodes of Ham Radio, but we also have Daniel bringing in the incompetence and the retardation here on the PigCast. Welcome, my friends, to another PigCast. We're here. We're queer. We're ready for more fear. Welcome, anyways. Today's a Tuesday, a Tism Tuesday, as was called in some sort of email or comment sent to me. I don't know who said that, but you know what? We're calling it Tism Tuesday. We have an action-packed list of things to talk about here, and as you could see from the title of this, obviously, it's gonna do with more virginity in many different aspects of the word. Usually when it comes to these pigcasts, I like to keep it general. I don't like to talk a lot of magic, but unfortunately we have to with the magic drama that's going on, the retardation, the golden ratio of retardation, as we're going to call it in a little bit, talking about decks, of course, and some also retardation with unbiased magic reviews. What else do we have here? Pokemon adults. We have some airport bitches in airports, bitches with cameras. It needs to stop. We need to stop this in gyms, in airports. I really frown on the first person that decided to put a camera on a phone. It's disgusting because now we have this, which, yeah, you could use to capture moments, whatever. But you could also use it to block people from doing things that they're doing in public because you're being a selfish cunt, as we're going to see in a little bit. I took a vacation. I don't want to call it a vacation because I don't work. Really, my work is doing virginity online. But I went out of town for the weekend to go to a beach, a place called Hollandale, which is 45 minutes away. And I went to a place that has more swingers than Daniel's abode, as a matter of fact. The capital of swinger is Sebastian, Florida. No, I've traded that for Hollandale, Florida. It seems like every other person there was a swinger. And there's certain things you could tell that let you know that they're a swinger. For example, pineapples. If they got pineapples like decoration, an upside down pineapple means they like to party. So things like that let you know if they're swingers. You get a vibe. The place that I was staying at was very close to the Margaritaville, which is another red flag for swingers. Just old people. You imagine swingers are like young, hot people looking to, fuck around and play around with their sexuality. No. Typically the swingers are obese liberals and old people, and old, saggy, Hulk Hogan skinned old people. So not really the best to do there, but it was a good time. Let's see what the comment section here say. I apologize. Of course, Daniel blocking Manel here. I hope you realize every time that happens, I have to go and take the person out of timeout from like the deleted list. There's a list of people that YouTube deletes for spam reasons. And now I have to go back there and delete it because you put that. Aren't you married? Danny says corn pop. I'm here for the dating advice, says Daniel. Well, I could provide that. You can't give that because you haven't dated in years now. You've been locked down, so you really can't give any dating advice. Your dating advice is limited to like 2005, really. Pig, I apologize. I have to leave in a bit to go train jiu-jitsu. I pay $99 a month. That's actually relatively cheap for jiu-jitsu lessons. To choke big sweaty men and want to have them choke me. You want to come train with me? I would. I considered it for a while. But the problem is that I looked at the floor. I remember, speaking of Daniel, he went to one of these places to take photos once, and I just saw the floor, and the floor was all wet with sweat. It's disgusting. I wouldn't mind learning how to roll around and learn the actual individual techniques, but I'm not about to get a staph infection rolling around in some other dude's sweat. Ew, no thank you. But it does seem like fun. You're not blocked. Danny's just retarded. Yeah, no, he's not blocked. You're not blocked, Manel, but it puts you on some sort of thing on the back end of my YouTube channel, which is very annoying when YouTube does that. Hungry and Hungover says, tomorrow the U.S. is testing their emergency signal on every phone. The conspiracy theories about it on TikTok are hilariously cringe. Yes, typically anything on TikTok, as we're going to see today. We have one of Pokemon, and then we have another one of an airport, of a woman taking up space in an airport, even though, I don't know if you know this, but...
we're living in a society...
We live in a society. I train at the Gracie Palm Harbor in Palm Harbor, Florida. Come by. Palm Harbor is where? I would say that's, well, like about an hour away from Miami. Right, about an hour away. I assume everything's about an hour away from Miami. And then I then get proven immediately incorrect because my direction skills are retarded. I don't know if I should share my morning. It had to do with Daniel, believe it or not, a relative of Daniel that I graciously offered to, I was voluntold to take downtown because said individual is afraid of what could happen downtown. So I don't know if I should go into more detail as to what my morning entailed, Daniel. You let me know. But it was definitely a fun morning in terms of going out of my way to act pretty much as a bodyguard / translator for Daniel and his relative, or Daniel's relative. I should say that. I'm waiting for Daniel to actually respond for me to give more detail. North of Clearwater. Jesus. So you're really north of, I would say, north of the Scientology headquarters of the planet in Clearwater, Florida. H&H, you aren't wrong, bro. My sister messaged me and told me to shut off my phone for 2 to 4 so we don't get damaging noises. Say the good parts. That's funny. Well, I went this morning because Daniel's mom had an incident where a neighbor decided to be an asshole. And I didn't know this. This is a legal loophole, my friend. A legal loophole. If you guys want to learn, take some advice from Piggy. Life hacks with Piggy. Life hacks with Piggy. As a matter of fact, let me put this window over here. I would have a section here called Life Hacks with Piggy. But if you ever have construction garbage that you want to throw away, you don't have to pay for a truck. You don't have to pay for some sanitation to do it. All you need to do is you throw it away in your neighbor's lawn or throw it away in your neighbor's part, where it's their area in front of the house. And then they get a $570 fine for dumping construction material. Even though in front of this house, I believe we've dumped God knows how much shit, and they've never called us on that. I think it's usually because we dump it the day before the trash comes in, the big board trash. But it seems like the neighbor threw out construction material, and the inspector, just a golden ratio of incompetence. I think it's just incompetence in every single level. So we have an inspector that comes in whose job is essentially to ruin people's day, and they drive around looking for menial things. This person gets paid by the government to drive around and look for things like, I don't know, a piece of wood on a sidewalk, or something stupid, something dumb that could get taken care of essentially in milliseconds. But no, they have to make it a whole thing. And essentially, just to not make this the boring part, just to show you the incompetence, a little bit of it was sticking on the section that belonged to Daniel's mother, and they put her with a fat fine, a $580 fine on her end. And of course, because she's a Spanish speaker, I had to go, and she's scared of downtown, scared of going downtown to downtown Miami. So I had to put my tough shirt on and help her go downtown. And when we go to the courthouse, and right off the bat, security in every single one of these places is just the worst. There are always some bitch that's clearly not in a good position, where she hates her job, she hates everyone else. They always talk low. For some reason, the people that talk low are the people that you need to actually hear, the people that you need to hear their instructions. And they assume that you've done this about 1,000 times. Just because you see it 100 times in your workday doesn't mean that I've seen it. So that applies to a TSA agent, for example. If I go to the airport and you're a TSA agent and you're telling me shit, I haven't been through this process 1,000 times, buddy. Don't scream at me. Don't get fucking loud and chummy with me. But same thing with this security guard, a cunt. And you go in there and she's like, "Hi, scan your ID." I go, "Hi, excuse me, hi, how you doing? What?" She goes, "Scan your ID." I go, "I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying." She goes, "Can you please scan your ID?" I go, "Oh, okay." I go and scan my ID, and there's a camera there, and she goes, "Can you take a picture?" I go, "I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying." And it's through a glass. The stupid COVID bullshit extended now to the courthouses, where you'll hand them your disgusting card underneath a slot, but they need a window to protect them from, I don't know, your spit. It's not even a bulletproof window. Shut up. So there's that. And then Daniel's mom is in front of the camera, and I go, "Hey, I'm gonna need to take a picture." And Daniel's mom starts smiling in front of the camera, And because she, I guess, misunderstood that, no, I have to take the picture first. There's a whole kerfluffle. The lady's looking at us like, oh my goodness, you're really ruining my day. It's like, well, just give me a fucking break. I don't do this every day, you cunt. And of course, guess what? Nothing happens. We go there for no reason. I could have filled it out online because you have to wait. You have to wait. You don't get a hearing then and there. You have to go and you have to wait. I assumed that what it was you go, you take a number, you wait a little bit, and then you go and you plead your case. Hey, I did this shit, or this thing is on a neighbor's side, and then they take care of it. No, that's not the case. They have to wait till the end of November in order to talk to anyone. You have to go and wait till pretty much 2 months away in order to plead your case. But guess what? Guess what, my friend? If you don't pay that fine within, I don't know what, 10 days, they pretty much own your house. They own your house. So it's just the golden ratio of incompetence and just rude, nasty cunts. I really hate doing anything to do with the city. You have to renew anything. Your DMV, it's always ran by the same people. And it's never a good time for anyone. I think Family Guy has a great bit on this. Sir, you got to stand on the 917 line. Oh, I've been standing on the 916 line. Sir, that's not my prerogative. I'm on break. Which is exactly how they behave. It's always the worst fucking shittery when you do anything remotely government related downtown. And now, essentially, we have to wait till November. I don't know if I'm going to represent her in her endeavor. I was ready to go in today. That's the worst part. I was reading through the documentation, the literature they gave her, and I was ready to go in there with my fucking guns a-blazing. Metaphorically, I was waiting to go in there with my guns a-blazing to argue for the fact that, oh, so you're saying that if I have a house and I want to dump some construction, I could just dump it on my neighbor and then they're going to get the fine? What the fuck? Oh, now we have to provide evidence? No, buddy, that's the inspector's job. The inspector has to do due diligence there and not just assume that because it's there, it's the person that owns the house. It's retarded. It's just the golden ratio of retardation. So there's a lot to it. I don't know if you guys have the same deal. I guess it's the same everywhere. It's the same even in the upper echelon of the government, as you've seen from, politicians pulling fire alarms, thinking that it's releases for doors with 9 signs in front of it saying emergency exit, alarm will sound. Oh, God, and those are the people making so much money and telling you what to do with your time and your effort and your money. Oh, fuck. Hey, my pigga, can I get a dedication in one of your books? Gay Heart, the Piggly Wiggly Squad. Yes, I'll gladly put you in my next book. Obviously, my new books are already out. It's right here, The Art of the Squeal, and The View from Down Here. I always forget the shortcut, but these 2 books are available right now. You can look at them in the link in the description section below. I guess you'll be in my new book, which I have started working on, which is Hams and Fantasies, a take on, of course, Darwin Ortiz's classic Hams and Fantasies. So let me write you down here. Anthony Apoyan. Let me just make sure I get your name correct. Anthony Apoyan. Funny enough, one of the first things I did on the book was the dedication section because of how annoying people have been saying, hey, Piggy, could you dedicate me? I guess I opened Pandora's box when I said, hey, you have to, I'm just randomly dedicating the book to people that have mentioned shit. Magic Buzz, how you doing? What's up? Good to see you here. You say, my city fined me for using Dex in public. In public. I have it here near me. That's going to be the subject of, I guess, a nice conversation here in a little bit, as because it's been everywhere. It's been on Facebook, the Magic Cafe. There's been a back and forth, a fat back and forth between Lloyd and David from Unbiased Magic Review. Obviously, I'm on Team Lloyd because David called me a POS, but I think Lloyd did a good job explaining all his points. Of course, there's some nefarious ground when it comes to the email that was sent to Christian Grace that David is saying it wasn't him, but we'll get there when we get there. Let's see here. By the way, Scientology is the only organization immune to the U.S. government. That's the only thing that actually, the only thing that disappointed me with Daddy Trump is that he said he was going to go after Scientology a little bit more aggressively, or he was going to consider it seriously, and he did not. He did not, which is unfortunate. Because they deserve it. They're a fucking scam organization. And if I'm paying taxes, you have to pay taxes, buddy. Okay? That's the way it works. If I'm paying fucking taxes, you have to pay taxes. You're not tax exempt. You're not a religion. They're going to add that to my folder. Matt Daughtry says, I'm reading through the view from down here while listening. Well, Matt, you get the pin of glory because obviously anytime somebody shills anything of mine, you immediately get to my good side. So I'm pinning you, and everybody could bask in the glory of your pin as you're reading the view from down here. My first book, my second book, of course, being the more recent Art of the Squeal. I'm very proud of the cover, by the way. I copied the exact font on the Art of the Deal. I copied the exact color from the book, and obviously the exact picture I copied. So I'm very proud of that. So we got vacation, even though it wasn't really a vacation. It was just time away. I have a problem now where I can't drink anymore. It sucks. I used to be able to hang. I mentioned this many times, but I've only started drinking when I was 27. I'm 33 now, and I've made up for lost time. As a matter of fact, right now I'm enjoying a little bit of a brew here. A little bit of a brew. This right here, my friend's life hack. It's $16. It's 86 calories per serving. 86 calories per serving. That's nothing. Usually liquor 130. If you're getting the flavored ones, you're getting like 200, 300 calories sometimes per serving. This is my favorite rum. By all means. I've had expensive rum. I've had shitty, cheap rum. This is cheap rum, 16, and this is by far my favorite rum. Captain Morgan, the white bottle with vanilla. It's not flavored, but it is. It does have a point here saying made with Madagascar vanilla. This is the one you want. This is my favorite rum of all time. So just a little bit of a life hack there. I don't know why I mentioned that. Oh, because I've gotten to the point, obviously, I'm in a beach. I'm going to be drinking. That's the way it works. So I go to a beach and I'm just pounding Smirnoffs. I'm pounding beers and whatever. And now I get hungover during. I have a headache while I'm drinking. That's not the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to regret your life after. And now when I wake up, I feel fine. I feel great. I woke up the next day. I'm like, wow, look at this. I feel phenomenal. I could go on a run right now. So I hate it. PC Patron versus DC cards. Well, at least one of them lets me buy the skin feel. DC cards. What do you mean by DC cards? PC Patron versus DC cards. Am I retarded for not knowing what DC cards are? At least one of them lets me skin feel. A quick update, by the way, on the playing cards. The view from down here. That's funny. The missing piece deck. I just signed the contract. So I signed a contract. I'm going to be sending the money on their way. There were a couple things that it took a little while to sign. I do have to admit that, but I want to keep everyone updated, and I guess I'll update on the actual Kickstarter page up here. But seeing that the majority of people that fucking backed it are here anyways, for the most part, watch this. Just a quick update. I signed a contract. I sent it over today. The last thing that I got to do before they start printing is just send the funds, and everything's going to be good to go. The reason it's taken this long, just for the sake of transparency, is that I wanted to... there were a couple points in the contract in terms of the invoice that I wanted to iron out, and they responded, and everything's good. So I just want to make sure that we were all squared up, but the contract signed. So now I just got to send it, wire that to them, which is not going to take any time, and then the deck should go in production. So that's going to be the hopeful update for the cards until the eventual shipping of the cards. But I'm obviously going to leave an update on the Kickstarter page. Pigs Don't Fly is a great book name. Says I can't fucking read that because I'm blind. Advite. Boy, I'm gonna give myself one of that for probably pronouncing that close to an abortion compilation. Let me go through these before we actually start the show. I feel like I've waited too long to start. The view from down here bad, says Corn Pop. More like the view from down here bad. I don't know what you mean. Maybe something that I said that made you say that. Because you want a pin of shame. You want a pin of shame. That's what you want. No, I'm not going to pin you of shame if you're obviously trying to goat me, all right? Or goad me. Magicians should settle disputes with hand-to-hand combat from here on out. It'll be more entertaining than the Special Olympics. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that one. Dex, I guess I could show it. Seeing that Lloyd Barnes showed it on his thing, right? Dex, this is what it is. The gimmick is exactly what you thought it would be. The retarded part about this is what else would you expect it to be? It's a thing that holds the playing cards in a way that you could go, all right, here's this card. So I don't understand what the what people were thinking they were going to get. But obviously, Unbiased left a very biased review on this. And I think people are giving Lloyd shit for the fact that he made his video because he got a bad review. No, he made that video because this guy was saying some shit that wasn't the case. And I think it came from, well, this guy being very biased. And if he just came out and said, hey, I'm biased, then it'd be all right. But his whole premise is that he's unbiased. And you're very clearly biased when Lloyd pointed out instances of you saying, hey, somebody should teach him a lesson for doing tutorials. Fuck off. But we'll get to that in a bit. I guess the first thing I want to get over here is bitches. Bitches. For some odd reason, bitches think that they could get away with anything and everything. And here is one instance in particular. I hate that fucking song. The oh no, oh no. Oh, no, no, no. I hate that. It's overused. But alas, here's the first thing that I kind of want to get into. This is Joey Swoll, right? Joey Swoll, we've all known him. Every time I talk about him, it's always in kindness because the guy is just this jacked, this fucking bodybuilder, but he's the nicest guy. And he's kind of policing things online. I saw this video first posted on his account, but let me just put this here before.
You know, we're living in a society.
We live in a society. Right? When you're in public, you're in a shared space. So treat it like you're in a shared space. Don't treat it like it's just your area. Like this bitch. These fucking dumb Instagram, TikTok influencers that think that just because you have, I don't know, 100,000 followers on TikTok, it means that your shit doesn't stink. So let's look at this bitch. I guess she's kind of hot maybe, but I waited 7 fucking years to catch this dream, and then this happened. So we have her waiting, a time lapse, and then this guy gets kind of in the way of the camera. And then she fucking pushes him and looks at him like he's in the bad. He's in the wrong. She's fucking hot though. Oh my goodness. Jesus. Kind of Arabic features, I would say. I love that. Eyebrows are immaculate. She kind of has this chin thing that I'm not a fan of, but yeah, I wouldn't kick her out of bed. But the attitude, ugh. God, what are you doing? And she hasn't responded. She hasn't made an update video. This is, I guess, her last video just because it blew up in regards to her acting like, I don't know, she's fucking, her shit don't stink. And just, what are you doing? What is wrong with us that this, she thought was an acceptable thing for her to post? She's the one that posted this. And if you look at the comments, who's here from Joey Swoll? Not disappointed. Sorry, I guess my fucking visage is in the way, but you could still read it. Girl, next time book the whole airport so you could record in peace. I know this isn't a gym, but Joey Swoll needs to see this. I didn't know you own a private airport. The audacity to push the guy. 26,000 upvotes there. Girl, you lucky that man didn't break the phone. Somebody pushes like that, I'm swinging. This little fucking camera bullshit really gets me wanting to punch a puppy, I guess. I hate that people know my jokes now. I forgot who also mentioned, or maybe I might have mentioned in the last live stream that I have just a revolving door of jokes that I use. And it's always the same sort of bit. Oh, I want to punch a puppy. I want to punch this. I want to shoot up a place of public endearment. So things like that. And people kind of have already, they jumped the gun. So they go, oh, let me guess, you want to punch a puppy? I'm like, stop. I need to come up with better or new material, at least. Piggy is on to me. Ever thought of doing a fortune-style card magic trick book? Not really, although I do have some bits on tarot cards. I have a lot of stuff I put on the Academy, not to show the Academy, but I put some ideas there using tarot cards, using it as like a future prediction, things like that. Kind of a good idea I got from watching In and of Itself. That's one little bit I got, but I know this next one, I do have a varied list of things because it's hams and fantasies. So fantasies would be more mentalism geared stuff, whereas hams are more card trick based shit. I guess that's how I'm going to split the book up. But I just saw that and I felt like people desperately needed to be reminded that they're in public places. And when they're in a public place, they need to act accordingly. I don't get where it is that people get this idea that you're in the gym. I could put my phone on a piece of equipment that I'm not using to record myself. And if you use that piece of equipment, I'm going to give you shit for it. That's not the way things work, my friend, especially in a public gym or private gym where I've paid for a admittance to said gym. It's really fucking retarded. S Cobra Commander says, I'm on Team Lloyd. Apparently the emails are fake. Well, if they're fake, I have had some correspondence with, I would say Lloyd, but the claim, I guess I don't know if I should get to that particular topic now. Should I get to Dex now, or should I wait to get to Dex? I guess I should wait to get to Dex because these topics don't really take a long time. I have maybe 2 more topics here. Yeah, 2 more topics, and then I guess we'll get into the nitty gritty of things like Dex. The Joker, I've been watching you for years, and I would like to thank you for making my day brighter countless times through your humor. Hey, Joker. Hey, boy. I'm glad that that's something that I could provide to you, even though I believe that the only service I provide is doing dick jokes while doing card tricks online. But I'm glad that they've had a positive effect. It means a lot. It means a lot. Manel says, oh my God, the Joker, big fan. Of course, I'd ingest, Manel. If I had a sarcasm pin, let me just give myself one of these. That's not good, my friends. This one's a quick one, a little quickie. This is a tweet I saw in regards to an individual on this account called I Was Poisoned. And I don't think this is a parody account. I've checked on this thing, and it seems like a lot of times where people report food poisoning, although this itself could be a parody, but I doubt it. It says Jack in the Box, Los Angeles, because they took the time to get the store number. The Sunday, I had diarrhea from eating a moldy hamburger. I have pictures of the hamburger in bad condition. I bought a hamburger at the self-service, and they told me and they sold me. I guess he meant to write sold me a moldy burger, and I got diarrhea. The point being that this guy ate the burger. You ate the burger, man. This is on my I guess this is another one that I could show here. This is on my bookmark. This, I guess, is why the bit is this is why they can't tell Superman or Clark Kent is Superman. And I agree. What is this? How is this transformation possible? Look at homeboy here, and then I guess you get some grills, and you take your shirt off, and immediately it looks like I could procure some drugs from you. So that was interesting. That was in my my podcast to use folder here. But this right here, again, the golden ratio of retardation. I don't understand if this is a real thing. You have to actually be legitimately retarded, and I don't mean that in the clinical sense. I mean that in the middle school sense. You have to be actually just that guy in class that eats glue, right? But he doesn't have anything to do like wrong mentally. He just eats glue. That sort of dude is the same vibe here that I get. So that was just a quickie. I saw that one and I couldn't believe it, just because I don't get how people have survived this long. Humans are we're very easy to kill, and things like mold kill us. So I don't get how you could complain at the restaurant that you got a moldy burger and then eat the burger. Jesus, too many people complain at restaurants. I went to the bank the other day, and some old guy was was complaining loudly about the line. He's like, oh, fuck, I hate the line here. It's always a wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Do you not remember that?
You know, we're living in a society.
Again, the line is a perfect system. We have a system in place where you wait in front of whatever queue. The person in front of you came before you, so you know that they're ahead of you. It's a perfect system. And we have people try to ruin it just because they're impatient. I'm not exaggerating. In the time that I was in the bank, it was maybe 20 minutes. It was one employee. They're remodeling this bank. It was a very kind of hidden away bank, so I don't think they get a lot of resources anyways. So I could understand that there's going to be a wait. I could understand that. I'm a young person. Every old person, at least there were 5 people that went into the actual place. They're there jingling their keys, making noise, trying to get attention. These old fucks. Jesus, eradicate old people. That's my bit. Let's treat them like midsummer. There was at least, I would say, 5 people that came in, jingled their keys, waited, sighed loudly, and then left. They did that in the same succession. Decide, And then about a minute later, they were gone. What? Come on. You're going to wait. You're going to wait if you go to the post office. You're going to wait if you go to the bank. It's the way it works. And one of them just took the time to loudly complain. Oh, I get time in Spanish. Just one of these dudes. And the guy comes in and says, hey, man, I'm sorry. We're, understaffed. We don't hire people. The bank is the one that hires people. We'd like to hire more, but unfortunately we can't. And the guy goes, oh, lots of words. You're saying lots of words. Yeah, he's saying reasonable words, you old fuck. I was about to say another word that would have gotten me in way bigger trouble, but you get what I mean. Old fuck. I was more of a glue sniffer, says Ratfield. I just saw that on the show Obsessed, that a guy is obsessed with inhaling cleaning products. That can't be good for you. That can't be good for you. This, I guess, is a last non-magic related thing here. If you guys also deal with Karens, I've dealt with so many Karens this past week. The ones at the court, that was a security Karen, a cunt. The bank, just dealing with general people. And then when I went up to the teller, not to suck my own dick, but when I go up to the teller, hey man, how you doing? Everything fine? Oh, I apologize. Don't worry. Yeah, but it's fine. Sorry for the wait. No, you don't need to apologize. I'm here at the fucking bank. He goes, oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate your patience. The guy gave me a fist bump. Give me a fucking fist bump, just because the rest of the people were acting like ingrates, like a bunch of old cunts. And then they're driving. They drive to the bank in their little stupid cars. They cut people off because they can't see them. No, eradicate old people. That includes me. When I get old, just throw me off a cliff. I heard a guy at McDonald's loudly bitching about his fries being too short. Not that he didn't get enough, but because they were under an inch long. Fuck you and the fucking horse you rode on if you come into a McDonald's bitching about the length of the fries. At that point, you know what? Come back and make them yourself, you cunt. You cunt. You're probably incapable of that. Matt Daughtry says Midsummer is awesome movie. It's the first movie I made my girlfriend watch with me. Unfortunately, Matt, even though you're usually good when it comes to your bangers here, I gotta disagree. It was a shit movie. I hated at the end that she's smiling. The boyfriend didn't really do anything wrong. He just kind of fucking stopped paying attention to her. He fell out of love with her. And I don't know if he was cheating. That might have been the other one that he was doing. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she hasn't burned. He gets burned. I guess he cheats when he fucks the other girl in the movie. But it was a whole ceremony. The guy was all drugged up. Like, it was an extraneous circumstance. So she ends up killing him. And then she's smiling at the end. You're the bad guy. You're the evil one. But they really try to make her seem like she was fucking the hero in the movie. She was just a cunt. This, I guess, the last non-magic topic here. I guess, let me show you this real quick. Pokemon. If you remember, Pokemon was a cartoon you watched as a fucking child. Same thing with, I don't know, Snow White, Aladdin, Disney, Marvel. Yeah, you watched Spider-Man and all these things growing up. Fantasy, right? It kind of, it's a good thing to watch fantasy when you're growing up. It broadens your horizons. It, I guess, increases your ability for creative thought. It's always very good to instill the idea of fantasy and fiction on a child. Obviously, you want to implement there was some reality, even if it might be harsh. But for some reason, Pokemon adults bother me more than anything. Pokemon adults, Marvel adults, all these things bother me just because it's just the fucking the length that adults go to. And just these accounts with the fucking Funko Pops. Yes, at a point in my life, I collected the little, and not actually surprisingly not that long ago, I would say while I was doing a channel, the Rick and Morty little collectible things. I got them so I could resell them. I bought them so I could resell them. They had a function. I wasn't just collecting these things arbitrarily to have them in the background so then I could go, oh, hey, we're going to have a review. They all sound the same. We're going to be reviewing this Funko Pop. I just bought this. You're buying pieces of plastic. It's nothing. You pay taxes. My goodness. And then the Pokemon people are also the fucking same. Again, I bought Pokemon cards to sell them so that I could resell them. It was a hot button commodity at the time. I bought them so I could resell them. People buy them and then, oh, fucking whatever. That's your prerogative. It's just not mine. But if you get to this point right here, let me see if I could actually show. I almost showed the wrong thing. What is this? Look at this. This is, I crazy scenes in Amsterdam today. They had a Van Gogh X Pokemon exhibition in Amsterdam. Look at the state. You would imagine that this would be children. That this would be children going and grabbing whatever paintings of fucking Pikachu as Van Gogh. And no, it's a bunch of adults. Look at this fuck. Look at this fuck. They're smiling, pushing each other. Of course, I wrote consumer. My comment there, consumer. You can't see it because I'm blocking it because I have a massive ego. But what is this? Look at this fucking... And then I looked up the article. Here, Pokemon company apologizes after Van Gogh collaboration causes scalping mayhem. I doubt that the majority were scalpers. It's an equal mishmash of people. And also, even as a person that had the function of selling these things, I wouldn't go out of my way to fucking go to one of these events and move through people just so I could... We live in a society. I think that should have been the name for this episode. We live in a society. Act like it. You'd think Pikachu in a gray felt hat wouldn't be able to spark crowd-swelling hysteria. But if the last few years have proven anything, Pokemon have developed a concerning relationship with speculative markets that have that could turn even the most humble cross-promotion event into a headache. Or in this case, an earache. Who wrote this, James? Fuck off with your whimsical writing. So here, I guess he puts in videos. Look at this one. I guess this might be a different one. Look at this fucking idiot smiling. Oh, God, just there. Just that's the one I just showed. Just grabbing shit out of people's hands. We apologize to the people due to overwhelming demand. All our products have sold out. We understand this is disappointing. So, yeah, just retarded. I hate this fucking notion of infantilization, of infantilizing yourself. It's good maybe to look back every once in a while in your childhood, maybe look back at things that remind you of maybe the movies you watched and things like that. You know, every once in a while that makes you feel good. You know, I'll put in Beauty and the Beast every once in a while, maybe once every 4 years. Just to, oh, look, it's a nice movie. That little ballroom scene was good for the time. But to just be a fucking an adult, a Disney adult, and push through another human being to grab a fucking a Pikachu, a fucking reprint of a Pikachu poster. And then you're going to go on your, oh, hey guys, today we're going to be talking about, God, it's the worst. So I guess you could really put that on anything. You could talk the same about people that fucking car guys. You could talk the same about people that collect playing cards. People that collect books, like The Art of the Squeal, available now, down below. Collect them all. Fuck. But you could say the same about everything, but I'm just not a fan of that. I guess call me a cynical pessimist. But I think there are more important things to put your time, invest your time and money in, because obviously these things cost fucking money. So let's go through these comments. I apologize. Let's say this. Ben Shapiro says he was familiar with mold occurring on some cheese and thought at first it was a new addition to the menu, right? I would think that Jack in the Box, I'm not familiar with them. I know McDonald's doesn't really play around with their shit. Burger King does. Burger King will put like fucking cheese sticks in their burger. And what the fuck are you doing? Whereas McDonald's is very missionary. Burger King is a little doggy style. Wendy's is like a man. Wendy's is like anal, I would say. And Taco Bell, good doggy style, I would say, in terms of their creativity, even though they really haven't been that creative with stuff. Hungry and Hungover says, horrible movie for a date, Jesus, dude. I don't think so. I keep mentioning that bit with the bridge. I need to look up what that term is, where if you are excited or if you just did something that raises your adrenaline, you're more likely to find the other person that you're with attractive, or other people in general more attractive. I have never witnessed Karen activity personally, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. Karen activity is just the last thing. It just raises your blood pressure, especially Karens on the road. Fuck you. Jobu, I'm not going to even try to pronounce your last name there. Jobu Tupaki PigCake, when can one deem themselves a magician? Do you have to know a certain amount of tricks or a gig or something, or have a certain level of skill? No, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, you could call yourself a master magician. No one's stopping you from referring to yourself as a master magician and saying that you're excellent in your craft. You could learn a trick and essentially call yourself a magician. Now, you're going to get shit from people on forums if you tell them, hey, I just started, and can I put myself as a master magician on my business card? Which, by the way, if you do that, you should get shot. You should get shot. But you could do that. Nothing's stopping you. So you could refer to yourself as a magician even before you know a trick. Just shuffle a deck. Call yourself a magician. The barrier to entry is not really that difficult, which is why I don't understand this mentality of exposure. I was looking at Unbiased Reviews, his video where he's talking about Lloyd exposing magic and shit and talking about that, saying, oh, it's the same if you go to a magic store and buy a book. They don't quiz you as you enter the store. You would think a doctor would understand this. They don't quiz you when you walk into the store. They just want your money. There's no barrier when it comes to penguin magic or illusionist or patreon.com/pigcake/shop. There's no barrier. You could just sign up and learn secrets. So what's stopping anyone? Nothing's stopping anyone. I guess money is the only thing that they really care about, these magicians. That's a reasonable barrier to entry. But why don't you bitch at fucking people making videos and people making or videos to sell or projects or tricks that they sell tricks? Anyone is technically exposing magic because they're available in a public forum, you fucking nitwit. So what's the point? What's the argument? Oh, you have these videos on YouTube? Somebody's bitching because a tutorial showed up for a trick? Oh, last time I checked, no layperson is checking out a 15-minute video that involves a prophecy move and a double lift and a control. Nobody's checking that out. Okay, you idiot. Fuck. God, it's always the same stupid argument. Don't you have a podcast episode opening up Pokemon cards? Yeah, but again, for the point of selling it, Manel. All right, for the point of selling the cards. Has anyone ever told you look like a Christian, like a Cuban Christian Bale? I don't know from what movie. Maybe you're going to say from, what's that movie where he's like a fucking essentially skeleton, skin and bones? I forgot what movie that is. The Mechanist, maybe? Anthony, he looks like that guy from The Big Bang Theory, says Manel. Manel, I feel like you're trying to get the pin of shame. I feel like you're trying a little bit hard to get the pin of shame, but I'm not going to fucking give it to you. All right, I'm not going to fucking give it to you. Did they make a Yu-Gi-Oh trick a couple months ago? I didn't make a Yu-Gi-Oh trick, all right? That's Michael O'Brien that does Yu-Gi-Oh magic, which is ill. But what I did was I made a video teaching Yu-Gi-Oh players how to correctly cheat, because I saw a video where a guy was cheating terribly in a Yu-Gi-Oh game. He did this fucking switch that was like if they put you in that thing from A Clockwork Orange and they fucking made you watch an abortion compilation. That's the same sort of switch that this guy did. And it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So I made a video showing potential Yu-Gi-Oh players how to cheat correctly. This makes me scared to go out. Says, fuck. Where is this? Sorry, my bad. I skipped your comment here. Zach Height says, this makes me scared to go out. John says, hey, just because I ask you about your ball sack all the time, don't skip my decent question. I answered your question, fuck. Ben Shapiro says, hey, PC, just turned 74. If I adopted you, would you change your name to PigCake Shapiro? Probably. Yeah, considering I don't have a father. I don't believe you. They just turned 74, Ben Shapiro. Because then that changes my whole perspective on old people. Because then that means that old people are capable of being cool. Maybe it's a minority. The percentage is so minute that it's statistically insignificant. So if that's the case, then you're an outlier, and my hypothesis still stands. Unfortunately, if I was President Joe Biden and I would instill the Midsummer Act, that's what I would call it, because I'm clever, then the cool old people would have to go too, right? The cool old guys would have to go as well. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. You get it? Did you get the joke there? I don't make the rules, but I'm the... Hungry and hungover. Adults shouldn't be catching Pokemon. They should be catching syphilis. Be better. Yeah, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
Listen to the potential future president of the United States. 45 a missionary. What up? What's up? Says Manel. Fuck. Can you give me Brett Cooper's number? Talking corn pop, referring to, of course, Brett Cooper of Daily Wire fame, who is just a beautiful young girl. She looks like Ben Shapiro, but oh man, top notch. To be fair, the animation looks beautiful, sometimes better than cringe CGI. Spider-Man Across the Universe was beautiful. I think it was a good movie. It was a very nice one. But if you're here with the T-shirt, obsessed with it, knowing the lore, that's when I have to put my hand on your chest and go, no. So I guess Dex drama. Let's talk about that because I did make a video about it. And there were some updates, which I did promise an update video. So just to... Okay, I don't know if that was a shadow or a cockroach. I hope it wasn't a fucking cockroach. But the whole thing with Dex, obviously, if you guys don't know what it is, everyone should. It's an index that Lloyd Barnes put out. He had a lot of hype for it for the past couple years. He showed it on his video, so I could show it. And I showed him my video. I got his approval first, and he was all right with it. So here it is. It's an index that goes in one pocket. Now, traditionally, indices go in two pockets because you have it split by either color or you have it split maybe club heart, spade diamond, whatever it is. But this is a single index that goes into one pocket, and you could very quickly reach in and grab a card you need, any card you need, apart from the aces. They do address what you could do with the aces. I don't think that's that much of a compromise, which is a big deal that... fucking unbiased magic reviews made that they claim that you only have 48 cards. They claim that you could get all the cards, but you only get 48 cards with his tongue. And no, here is you don't do the aces, and I don't think that's that big of a deal. You don't fucking do the aces. Yeah, you could do the aces with Cheetah, which is another index. But I don't think it's a crazy thing to say. Do me a favor, think of any card in the deck. Not the aces. Everyone goes for that. I don't want you to think, oh, he could have gone for any card, and everyone goes for an ace. So just name any card that you want, but not an ace. That's it. Simple as that. And they're going to go, oh, that's reasonable. As anybody does. As fucking anybody else does with any other routine. So I don't think that's that much of a compromise. There's certain structural concerns that he was talking about, that the bottom comes unglued, that they address in the project. But overall, I think it's a great product. I'm not just saying that just because Lloyd sent it out. As a matter of fact, I told him, hey, if it's shit, I'm going to say shit because I'm not going to lie. Even though I would be probably denying me getting, products sent to me in the future. I'd rather keep my integrity. But in this case, there's a lot of drama because Unbiased Magic Reviews, which is a channel that does reviews, he did one on this and came with some claims that Lloyd disagreed with as to certain ways that you could get the card, certain things, certain little bits and bobs. And that was the whole drama. So that spewed onto Facebook, that spewed onto the Magic Cafe, and there's been just a plethora of virginity since then. Just non-stop aggressive virginity on the part of this. Lloyd Barnes ended up making an hour and 15-minute video, I believe, on this and the deal with the review. And then Unbiased Magic Reviews claps back. And there's a whole bunch of just... a lot of shit that is being spewed back and forth. I can only tell you my opinion, but there are some good points. I think 90% of the points that Lloyd make, 95, I would say, are very valid. The rest are, again, subject to interpretation. But I would say out of that, one of the things that the only thing that maybe you can bitch about is, the bottom comes undone. The bottom could potentially come undone. Just the nature of the glue they used and the fact that the shape of the gimmick has to be this way. But again, it doesn't affect anything. It doesn't affect the way you do it. It doesn't affect any long term because all the things are stuck together upwardly. So at least for me, I've had it in my pocket. I practiced with it, having it in my pocket, just going around, and it still maintained, the correctability. And there's been a lot of shit as far as this, a lot of mudslinging. One of the other points that was made was on the speed of this. So they're arguing about seconds about this sort of stuff, which I think is an irrelevant point because you could grab the cards in under fucking, a couple seconds? So under 5 seconds at worst. So I don't think that it's that big of a deal. But that is something that they were flinging mud at each other. Again, I'm on Lloyd's side when it comes to this particular bit. Now, there was some incident with the emails. And there were emails sent to Christian Grace because Unbiased Magic Reviews reviewed Christian Grace's Enigma. And by reviewed, I mean that he said, made a video saying as to why he's not going to buy the product. He didn't own the product. He didn't buy the product, but he was shown the product by a friend. And it turns out that he doesn't like it. And he made a video saying what it was essentially, which is, again, exposure. So look at the kettle calling the pot black, throwing stones from a glass house, all the comparisons you could make. Essentially, he made a video exposing the method, saying that it's an app that communicates whatever. You're going to have to get the letters and the shapes or whatever the fuck. It's a lot of shit that he said about it. And that's from a man that has a zero tolerance policy on any sort of exposure. Technically, he was exposing it, if you really want to get into semantics there. But in terms of the emails, there were emails sent to Christian Grace from an Unbiased Magic Review, and they were mentioning as to the fact that he didn't know that, it was going to get to that point, and if you want him to take down the video, he was going to take down the video. And Unbiased Magic Review said, I've said "and" way too many times. I apologize for that. I'm just saying that because I know I'm going to look back on this video and hate myself, so if I say that way too many times, please let me know. But, and Unbiased Magic Review made a counter argument saying that he didn't send those emails. Now, there's a couple points here, right? Obviously, you have to look at all the possible scenarios. There is the scenario in which the emails were fabricated, right? That's one potential scenario. The other potential out, if you want to call it that, were that they were sent by just a random party. So the emails were sent by somebody that has nothing to do with just essentially trolling. Or the other possibility is that Unbiased is lying. And he did send those emails and he's lying about it. I'm trying to think of the other potential outs in this case to be more virgin-y. See, outs, you get it? They're outs. Fuck. Really rough one there. Sorry for the noise. I guess I should put it here and then press this and then press that. And now I'm not going to hear the noise anymore. Steve Brooksy says the emails were fake, probably sent by B. Ryan Connor. Now, I don't know. I can't tell you anything about that because I don't know. Now, what I do know is that 99%, you always have to give the possibility. There's no way Christian Grace or Lloyd Barnes fabricated those emails. There's no way. Just knowing both of them, having communication, there's no benefit to that. I think he made his points clearly. He didn't need to bring that in, but it was just another thing to kind of emphasize the character of Unbiased. So there was some sense in bringing up that email in the video about Dex. I don't think that's a possibility. Equally, I don't think that the emails could have... But the other possibility as well, by the way, is that the emails... I guess that's addressed by Unbiased having sent emails. So ignore this last 5 seconds. As a matter of fact, I'll give myself a car crash for that. But I don't think Unbiased Magic Reviews is lying. I don't think he's lying about that because that is a big point to make. And if you're lying, it's very easily verifiable. Now, there are some things, I would say, that lean in the direction of that being incorrect, but I don't want to mention anything. But as far as... him, I don't think that if he's saying that he didn't send the emails, I agree with him. I don't think he sent the emails. So the likelihood is that somebody was impersonating Unbiased. That's the likelihood. Now, again, I don't know. That's just speculation. I don't know anything about this apart from, just little tidbits here or there. But as far as that, those are the scenarios. I don't think any of them would fabricate the emails. If those emails were sent and received, Christian Grace by no means would make that up. No possibility. I would say it's 99 because you have to give that 1%, but there's no chance. There's fucking no chance. It's Christian Grace. But there's still a lot of shittery when it comes to this. Now, again, the product, I think, is one that if you're looking for an index, this is a great option. Lloyd, in his video, as a matter of fact, gave access to his tutorials. I made the mistake of saying that it was 5 hours of content. It's 9 hours of content, from my understanding, which is a little bit ridiculous for this. But there's a lot of shit that they go over, a lot of different ideas, a lot of different outs, a lot of tricks, routines, possibilities. This, I think, is a worthy sort of replacement for something like you would carry an out. People typically carry they carry a invisible deck as an out. I think this does wonders in the sense of having other possibilities other than just showing the card to be face down. I think this could be a replacement for that if you treat it correctly. Now, if you're in the market for an index, I think this is great. If you're not in the market for an index, if you're looking for something like this, then maybe I would consider it. But again, it's a marketplace. It's a free marketplace. You could definitely choose not to buy it. You could choose not to buy it. But again, I side with Lloyd just because there's a lot of negativity on the part of Unbiased Magic Reviews. And I know that's coming from me. But there's a lot of negativity on him. It feels malicious. It feels shitty. And again, he left a comment on one of my videos saying, "Stop revealing magic to the masses, you POS." Which is just a shit take. It's the dumbest take to have. And Lloyd has been nothing but warm, kind, and giving. And, I hear stuff that Lloyd said behind the scenes about me from people that we have mutual friends, and it's nothing but positivity. And even if it's something that, you have some critique or some sort of, I would say, something negative to say, it always comes from a place of, I would say, love. Whereas Unbiased Magic Reviews is just a prick, just kind of a prick. So I'm not a fan of that. So let's look at the comments. I apologize. That was a little bit of a diatribe. Taco Bell's a dirty Sanchez. Some stuff about Brett Cooper. I already read that one. Manel says, "You're a short person." I'm not going to give you the pin, Manel. The Prestige, of course, says Matt Daughtry. I don't know what you're referring to. Magicians online are going to drag you no matter what because deep down they're shitty people. That's what I think. Yeah, I think... that's a good take, especially when it comes to things like this. To me, Unbiased Magic Reviews is a quintessential magician, just quintessential. If Ben adopts you, you have to stop with his sister. I don't have to stop with his sister, all right? I'll make incest legal. Make incest legal again. No, Corn Pop, I can't. I really am 74 and a retired computer programmer. That's crazy. So, okay, you might be the exception, Ben Shapiro. Let's see here. I heard Unbiased show up on the Hunter Biden laptop. Magic Buzz, we know from many news publications that is Russian disinformation. Okay? Clearly. From 2019. 5 years, 6 years. We've known that's been Russian disinformation. And then, of course, B. Ryan Connor. Thank you for that. Fucking Steve Brooksy. Unbiased Magic Reviews. Never write in that Brad grammar since he wants to prove to everyone that he's a genius. That is another point. He made a good point there, Unbiased, because the video did have grammatical errors. And he is a doctor. He did make a good point in the sense that as a doctor, you could write like this, essentially. You could fucking write like this. And they'll go, "Oh, is that a diazepam or whatever the fuck?" But in terms of grammar, you pretty much have to be on point. When it comes to that. And I think that he is the type of guy that wants to flaunt his intelligence. And he does seem like a very intelligent guy, very well-read. But I just think he's kind of a dick. He's a dick. So, and that's just from that comment he left. Because fuck you, idiot. I'm not going to take down the video. I'm not going to stop doing tutorials. The argument is going to exist till the end of time. The difference between tutorials and exposure. I'm not doing exposure. What I'm doing are lessons. I'm doing tutorials. How else do you expect people to learn magic? Again, there's no barrier to entry to magic. When you go into a magic shop, nobody's stopping you. Nobody's putting their hand on your chest and going, "Hey, buddy, you can't walk in here." No, I'm sorry. You don't know who Di Vernon is. Nobody's going to fucking do that because they want to make money. So there's no barrier to entry. So you could make the exact same argument that showing videos online, there's no difference between that and walking into a magic store because you're essentially doing the same shit. Or going to a magic store virtually, buying tricks. That's exposure because the magic tricks are available to the general public. You could be a layperson and buy a fucking magic trick. So what's the point? What's the argument? What's the fucking argument? There's none. Magic Buzz says low magic, or you said low magic buzz. That's funny. Steve Brooksy says indexes are gay. I don't know. I don't think they're gay. What would make this? What would make this gay? Are you talking middle school or homosexual? You got to let me know in terms of this. I don't see this as gay. I'm trying to think how this could be gay, but I would disagree. It would be very painful to be gay. A 74-year-old programmer, I bet you started programming Abacus. Didn't you? Just kidding, says Corn Pop. Nobody should ever say just kidding at the end of a joke. Danny sent those emails. Yeah, for sure. If you're talking about grammatical errors, somebody that's what is it? Daniel being a middle school graduate, definitely probably sent those emails. David's eye rolls are kind of cringe. That's the other one. I did notice his body language in that video, which I guess might as well fucking show here. Let me go through here. I hope this doesn't blow up my fucking laptop. Let me X this bitch out. Let me go to YouTube. I'm on Chrome. Usually I'm on Edge because it takes up less resources. But let me go through my history and go down to the video and check it out. I'm looking for the response from Unbiased Magic Reviews. I don't see it anywhere here. I have to look up Unbiased Magic Reviews. But let's see here. Is this happening? Lloyd Barnes. No, that's a different one. This is a different one. And okay, so this is the one because he put a picture of Lloyd Barnes when he was fat, which is okay. That's kind of top tier trolling, I gotta admit. I'll give you the hat for that one, David. But let's go through this. Let me read through the comments and then we'll go to that video. Lloyd also proved that he is a doctor, so you can't call him a male nurse anymore. I saw that he was a doctor. I don't know who said that he was a nurse, which is kind of dumb, but I went with that because it's funny. It's like a male flight attendant. Fuck, I need to stop saying Lloyd also proved that he's a doctor. I read the same comment. Fuck. Lloyd seems to be a good dude. Unbiased seems like an eternal douche, right? So I feel like if you put negativity, you're going to get negativity. How is that different than any other index? It looks like few card wallets with slits. I've seen similar from China. Well, my experience with indexes are from just general books. Animan's works from just standard stuff. I'm not familiar with Cheetah, which is the one that Unbiased kept talking about. I would picture this as an index. This is what I would picture as a standard index. There are flaps that indicate certain positions of cards to make it easier. So you know which card is which in the pocket because you're doing this blind technically. There's certain little things that they've added. A very clever bit here in the bottom of this section that's stepped. So this one, which would be kind of hard to go through, it's easier because they're stepped. So there's a little clever step that they put in there. But again, my experience with indexes is very limited in terms of market or in terms of what's available in the market. This is what I would imagine as a fucking index. Now add that to the 9 hours that you're getting, add that to this gimmick, and I think that you're getting a really good thing, a really good package deal. Granted, he did put out the fucking thing himself. He put out the tutorials, but I do think you're getting a great product with this. And if you're looking for an index, I think this would work well. As far as with slits, probably you could end up making this with some effort, but I think that just as far as what he's packaged and what he's provided, this, I really can't complain. I have to say this is a great product. And just having practiced it, when I first saw this, I thought that it was pretty daunting in terms of what it is. But having practiced it, I'm a fan. I got to say I'm a fan. But Jason, I can't speak to the difference between that and other ones. I could only speak to the difference between that and other ones that I've seen, which is, again, fairly limited. I have seen the ones that are vertical. I have seen different ones that are split among pockets. And typically they are, they have certain cards that are this way, certain cards that are this way. This one has them all going in a horizontal way, which I thought was a very interesting way of approaching it. Some people have argued that it's better vertically. I don't know. I think this is a great one. As far as just my practice, I like it. So that's as much as I could say. Carrying an index is a deeper level of virginity than carrying cards. Yes, but I would argue that carrying a gimmicked pack of cards is even deeper virginity. Carrying a fucking gimmicked rough and smooth deck is just peak virginity. How are you going to talk smack when you got a weird wallet for cards? I'll tell you why. Because this, my friend, is part of a thing that I like to call covert versus overt. A little principle that I like to call. This is a covert gimmick. Nobody knows that this exists, right? Yes, there's a lot of virginity in you carrying this in the hopes that you're going to perform magic. However, this is something that nobody's ever aware of. You have this outside. You have this somewhere hanging from something. This is something that nobody knows about. Whereas a sponge ball, everybody sees it because it's the trick. The trick is that they're holding these sponges. So the argument is different. Hungry and Hungover says, The only issue on Lloyd's part is that he used the emails to convey that Unbiased is a piece of shit. But the emails are fake, then that video is unfair to the guy, and most people won't listen to his side. If the emails are fake, then that part should just be clipped out. Because that's just character, right? That's character work, if you want to call it that. Just saying this is the type of guy that it is that's telling me this shit. Which, granted, it is his video. He could do that if he wants. But if the emails end up being fake, the only thing I would suggest is taking out that part, because the rest of the videos is relevant. Corn Pop Abacus is almost. I use punch cards. Oh, I haven't followed this product at all, but I'll take Unbiased's side so I could be opposite of Piggy. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Battling Piggy in the ring. Indexes aren't as virginy as carrying silks, right? As just going around and just fucking going around like with or making a silk appear. I remember there's a project with Jeff McBride years ago where he would make rainbow streamers appear. But he did it, and I'll give him some credit. He did it for like really drunk high girls at Burning Man. So, there's a context. The context there is all right. Even though everywhere else, if you did that in a restaurant, I'd want to have you and all your firstborns put in a fire pit. But, the context was there. He did it in the right environment. Toby Writing says, balls. I never got a notification. I'll watch it from the start later. Thank you, YouTube. I put notifications up on Discord. So I send a mass notification out every time I do a stream. I put at all and then send it to everyone. So that's just the other one. But if not, just press that little button. The stupid button that YouTube swears notifies you of my fucking live streams, which is very annoying. Full disclosure, Unbiased boyfriend created Cheetah. Nice. Magic Buzz dropping them bangers. I don't know who created Cheetah, as a matter of fact. I don't know what Cheetah looks like, I would say. I know that it's split. And I know that it's not red, black. I think it's Club Heart, Spade, Diamond or something like that. And you reach in. I did see him doing that in particular, doing an example. Did we talk about the thumbnail? Yeah, the thumbnail, I mentioned that one. That's the only based thing that he did. The only based thing that he did was that he used a picture of like Lloyd Barnes from like 30 years ago when he was chubby. So that, I got to say, top tier trolling. Okay, top tier trolling on that end. But the rest of it was dookie. The rest of it was pretty dookie. I guess let's just take a look at his video, see the response. Let's go through it. I'm not going to go through all of it. It's fucking 19 minutes. But I remember watching this, and the first, I would say, basics part, I was just rolling my eyes because he was talking about exposure, and he's talking about doing magic online for everyone, for the masses, and exposing magic. I'm like, bro, shut up. Oh, wait, hold up. I fucked up. I know a lot about you, like why you're watching this ad, and it's specifically because you've looked up magic tricks. Well, hey there, my name's PigCake, and I've been doing magic trick tutorials on YouTube for the better part of 6 years. And I'm here to tell you about the PigCake Magic Academy with over 1,200 videos already uploaded, designed to make you an expert magician. You get access to all the content the moment you sign up, and I'm uploading every single week. As a matter of fact, I uploaded a video today. Just look at that list of moves, tricks, ideas that you're gonna get access to the moment you sign up. It doesn't end. As a matter of fact, I could stop talking completely, and the list is still gonna keep going. Just look. So check it out, the PigCake Magic Academy. The link is going to be below. I go with you, but I'm stuck in this video. But I'll wait for you to go ahead and click it. Oh, man, sorry. I was distracted looking at my phone. I love girls. I love women. I find myself saying that almost on a hourly basis every time I look at my Instagram. And I just see just beautiful women. Just supple, smooth skin. And now it's going to be Halloween. Thank you. Makes me believe in God. So let's go through here and check this bitch out. I don't mean this bitch. I don't want to get sued by David. I don't have money, David, so you can't sue me for calling you a bitch. But let's check this shit out. A lot of positive comments, by the way. The comments were very positive for the most part, which is kind of nuts. Let's see what his argument actually is here. Imagine how these... Okay, no, of course, he ignores the point here. But let's go see what he says. I hope you could hear it.
My last magic review must have been very close to the mark for him to put out this video literally attacking my character for over an hour. And the real concern I have is that some of the things he says here are absolutely fraudulent. He's falsely portraying my character in this video. So it's important that I at least point that stuff out. Some of the stuff he says, he's just looking at my review from a different perspective, which, hey, it's my opinion, you know, and that's why I say it. You know, you don't have to agree with it, but it's my opinion. You guys know that on this channel, I always give my opinion on different magic products. You may or may not agree with that.
Okay, but one of the things that Lloyd proves in the video is that, well, you call yourself Unbiased Magic Reviews, and it's not just a clever name. You call yourself Unbiased Magic Reviews, and this is the whole premise of your channel. You're unbiased, technically, and yet he was able to prove through your public postings that you are very biased, and very biased towards people that post online exposure, as you call it. So in this case, somebody should teach him a lesson and expose his stuff online. He's the one exposing his own stuff online. And he goes on and makes a retarded point here in a moment, but I don't think that's the case here when the entire premise of your entire YouTube channel is faulty.
People like to call.
That's like saying, hey guys, my channel is called PigCake Height. Welcome to PigCake Height. Actually, let me put this lower because this is at 720p. I'm already seeing some stutters, my friend. I can't have the computer blow up on me. But this is what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Sorry, let me see the comments section here. I apologize. I want to see the comments so I could actually read them as we're going along here. But let's see.
Biased. The reason I call myself Unbiased Magic Reviews is because I don't get free magic sent to me by big magic companies like the mainstream magic reviewers here on YouTube. And for that reason, I feel that I'm not biased. Of course, I have my own opinion, and that opinion is based on, you know, the product, me road testing it, my experiences with it. But you guys can go back and watch my reviews, and you'll see that I have reviews for magicians that I like that are positive, ones that are negative, for magicians that I don't like that are both positive and negative, because I try to just stick with the product. And if you guys notice, even my last review, all of those main points I gave you had to do with the product itself, and just my experiences from it, because I did practice with it, but the thing started to fall apart on me.
I think that's a cop-out. I think that's the cop-out here in this case by just saying, no, unbiased refers to the fact that I don't get things sent to me by major magic companies. I mean, this was sent to me by Lloyd as a consolation gift, as I mentioned before. I'm trying to think of other things that were sent to me per se, maybe Squint by Chris James. That's the one that I just got recently. But you can't say that you're unbiased, man. You can't. Everyone's biased to some extent, especially when you're reviewing a product. You're giving your opinion. That means that you're giving your biased opinion, as everybody does and is entitled to. But there was some pokey on behalf of the fact that Lloyd tends to be one that would expose things. But either or.
And we're going to get into that shortly. I'm going to just try to touch a little bit on some of the things he said, because I don't want to make this really long. And then I'm going to also just briefly touch on some of these lies he claims that I did about his review, because the truth of the matter is that you guys that bought it, you will, you know, if you haven't already found out, you will find out, you know, from your own experiences. And again, you may not agree with me, you know, you may not agree with me. So one of the first things that he talks about, you know, one of the first things he talks about after he goes through the review is that I have some vendetta against him, right? That I'm out to get him. But let's be realistic. If I was really out to get him, then I would have done tons of reviews of his products and said, don't buy this, don't buy that, and all this other stuff. Reality is that this is the first product of his that I'm reviewing. You know, he hyped it up for 3 years. I was expecting something really awesome. I saw a comment
here. I hate that I'm watching this video, not commenting. I hate this thing. Let's see. Steve Brooksy says Craig Petty showed in his order history in a new video that he spent over $30,000 on tricks per year. Ugh, Jesus. Piggy has a whole ripoff collection. No one buys it. Fuck. Does David have his own merch? I wonder how much he sells. His hat with his logo on it. I'd buy it just for the meme of it. Spidey needs to analyze this video. I think I think they tried. Liar. So you watch massive African American men kissing. I think they're called POC now. They're called POC now. But I hate to watch this. I want to skim through it. I don't necessarily want to watch it and just have you guys watch me. But here's a good point: magic exposure. So I guess we could use this as a leap pad.
Claims that I have a vendetta against him. Why? Because I've posted in several magic forums that he exposes magic on YouTube and that he shouldn't be doing that, and that someone should teach him a lesson for doing that. And it's true, he does expose magic on YouTube. Any way you try to package that, he's always teaching tutorials on YouTube how to do magic. Now, he claims that he's teaching his tricks, right? But what you don't realize is that the techniques and the principles of those tricks are not things that he's invented himself. Many of those are based on age-old techniques, which some people will say, oh, that's in the public domain, right? But that's still exposure. You're still teaching secrets. And so
Okay. You're teaching secrets no matter what you do. If I am giving you, if you're buying a product from me and you're learning secrets from that product, guess what? I'm exposing secrets. I'm not hiding my stuff behind a test. I'm not hiding. Penguin Magic isn't doing that. You're not doing that for your fucking ACAN. You're not doing that. As a matter of fact, you're not doing that for your reviews. Lay people could just as easily come in. They could go on your fucking channel and they could find how to do tricks just based on your reviews. So what's the point of this stupid argument? I don't get this old head, dumb argument when it comes to people. How did you learn magic? You learned magic from a book that you bought from a library. Or you learn magic from a video, from a VHS, or in his case, fucking probably a Betamax. I don't know. I don't think he's that old, but you learned it from a video that you bought from a place that's available in public. It's not hidden. It's not under some clandestine secret thing. You could just get it. You could just get it and learn the secrets. Then you could make an argument. Yeah, but what layperson is going to do that? What layperson is going to watch a 15-minute tutorial on how to make a fucking gimmick where you could throw a Tic Tac through a card box? They're not going to do that. They're not going to fucking do that. You might have one or two every once in a while and go, okay, that's how you did it. But that's it. It's not an over-encompassing problem on magic. But again, these old heads like to believe that dumb shit. And in this case, he's exposing that trick is based on this principle from this guy. And it's like, well, again, independent creation also exists, which is another thing that people tend to fucking forget. If COVID was a person, says Magic Buzz. Fuck. Oh, shit. That's a good one. That's a fucking good one. Piggy has a whole ripoff collection. No one buys it. Oh, now I know what you mean. Manel designed some shirts for me that nobody bought. No one fucking bought them. I thought they were great. The Pigsachi Piggy V. So they were great. Just rip off of like Louis V, Gucci. But yeah, okay, now I get it. Oh my days, says Toby Writing. Nobody in this chat would ever release a product and have a good review from David. We're digging a grave, guys. Well, I mentioned that I'm coming out with a product, through a company, and we'll see if he gets it. That'll be funny if he reviews my product. I'm sure he's seen these videos of me talking shit about him, saying that he's an idiot for thinking that what people do, like me, for example, is exposing. It's not exposure. They're tutorials. They're for magicians that hopefully would take the effort to learn the stuff and then perform it and enjoy it, which is the whole point of this thing, isn't it? That's the whole point of magic. You could teach it, someone learns it, they perform it. Oh, happy day. You did the same. You've done the same. So then what's the difference? It's just a different medium. It's a different medium. That's all it is. The complaint is that it's too easy to obtain. It's also very easy to put a credit card number and buy a magic product. It's very easy. So then what's the point? The argument is invalid. Go through these. I remember Betamax, overcompassing, says Magic Bus. Fuck off. I left him a comment and he gave a heart. The rest of you are on your own. Hungry and hungover. Let's see what he said. Let's see. Hungry and hungover. Let's see. We gave you a. I'm looking for your comment now. I don't know if you left it in this video. Oh, my 2 cents. Okay, let me read your comment. Your channel has immaculate content. I've purchased several. Oh, hungry. Damn. All right. Your channel has immaculate content. I've purchased things that came up in your top 5 list and use them all the time. The magic drama, although admittedly entertaining, is ridiculous. All this over a card index is hilarious. Glad you made a response. You handled this promptly and professionally. Hopefully more people actually listen to your side and not just hate you for no reason. Well, I don't like him for good reason. I think I have a good reason for not liking him. And that's because he's talking shit about what I do. But now I can't wait till my bit comes out. Weak magicians hide behind secrets. Strong magicians stand on presentations, said Steve Brooksy, which might be the most virgin-y thing I've ever heard in my entire life. All right, what did I miss, says Magic Orthodoxy. We're just talking about your Evil David. We're going through Evil David in particular and going through this particular video. I said particular about 4 times in that past 3 sentences, but you get what I mean. Here he's talking about magic exposure. Let's see where he goes.
I just pulled up like the first video I saw over there, and I pulled up this tutorial of his called No Gimmick Pencil Through Bill Trick, right? And here's a screenshot from it. And you could see that the main method, the secret, is this small tear in the bill where you put the pencil or the pen through it, right?
Exposing magic, are we not, David? Huh? Exposing magic tricks? What if a layperson comes in after seeing a magician stick a fucking pencil through a dollar?
That's like the core principle right there, right? And so he put this video out.
Let me tell you what would absolutely suck. If I find myself in, I don't know where he's from, the Midwest or whatever, and I find myself in an emergency situation, and I go to the ER, you know, oh, Piggy, fucking, I don't know, you got stabbed somewhere. And I look, and the doctor that comes in, he's there looking at his clipboard. He comes up, and he looks at the pig tattoo, and then he looks at me and goes, PigCake. And now this man is in charge of my livelihood. It's a fantasy, but it's definitely remotely possible. Let's go.
A year ago, but a couple of years before that, it was Ben Moore's Reigns that put out his trick Through and Through, which has the exact same core principle. And here's a screenshot from that project so you guys can see that is exactly the same thing.
Exposure.
Now, did Lloyd Barnes independently come up with this idea? Maybe. But is he still exposing an idea that another magician had put out before him? You know, it's something to think about, you know? So it's the idea of exposing magic on YouTube. It's not good, because what happens is a lot of people will just go to YouTube just to find the secret. They're not really interested in learning magic. They're not interested in performing magic.
Shut up, idiot. What do you mean? I can't tell you. Again, it's anecdotally. However you fucking pronounce that. Shut up. All right? How many people have told me that they didn't do magic? They watched my shit or other people's shit on YouTube, and then they started doing magic tricks. And then they started doing magic tricks professionally. It's another medium. It's just another way of learning this fine craft of virginity that we call magic tricks. So what? I don't get it. I don't get what the point is. That the same argument is always made here. Oh, you're exposing it, and people are going to come and find a secret, and they're going to show how to fucking do it. So what? So what? You could bring that to the advance of technology and the availability of information. It's the same with everything. It's the same with even medical. It's the same with medical. What's to say that you, even on now, you could put the symptoms on a phone and you have essentially an endless repository of what you probably have. Now, again, a doctor's trained to treat you and all this stuff, so it's, you know, shitty comparison. But it's the same thing. The availability of information is easy now. It's easy now more than ever. Everybody has phones in their pockets. Everybody could look up anything they want at any point in time. So that's the same with everything. Fuck, I don't understand what the deal is with this stupid argument that's made every single time. And it's an invalid argument. It's a stupid argument because you bought the tricks that you claim to be unbiased for. You bought them from a magic store. The magic store is available online, easily available for any layperson, for anyone in particular. Anyone could go to Barnes & Nobles right now, pick up a magic book, and get magic exposed. They could go to, Amazon and buy magic tricks and get magic exposed. They could go to fucking anywhere, Penguin Magic, and get magic exposed just by looking at the demos or getting 5 free tricks when you sign up. There's no difference. There's no fucking difference. The only difference is the ease of availability, and that also applies to the market. The market is also easily available now. You could buy tricks online. Before, you could make the argument you have to go to a magic store, you have to order, you have to call, whatever. Now, no. You just have to go online, 2 seconds, your credit card information is probably saved there anyways, and you buy a fucking trick. Do you have to be a magician? No, you don't. So in his world, what you do is that, all right, let's say you want to buy decks. Well, now what you got to do is you got to do a fucking test. And that's, if you pass the test, you're worthy. You can now buy decks. Wow, hey, buddy, let's see how long the magic industry lasts with that. Now, I know that is a straw man argument, bringing a ridiculous point and saying that that's what he wants. That's just what I'm implying here based on his vitriol towards tutorials and exposure, as he calls it. Fuck off. So dumb, so stupid. Just a dumb take. Let's go through here and check this shit out. I don't want to go through the whole video, but let's go through the points here.
You know, it was Al Schneider that he
talks about the Matrix. He talks about the emails. I also wonder if
we
did mention about the emails there.
Help consumers, just like me.
He does talk about the potential of them fabricating the emails. I don't think they're fabricated. If there are not real, then I would say the emails are definitely sent from a troll. That's the only other one. But there's no way that Christian or Lloyd would ever fabricate that when it's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary thing. It's unnecessary to have sent the email to begin with, which is Christian's point. Why would this person send an email? It doesn't make any sense unless it was you. But in the same way, just for the sake of openness here, David's point is also credible here. That why would he fabricate this email? He could just buy the trick. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But alas, that's the current standoff that we have here.
The first thing he says is that I said all reviewers were compromised. I never said that. I said mainstream reviewers is what I said. And what I really meant was those reviewers that received decks for free. Because you have to understand, if you're receiving a free magic product, well, there's an implicit understanding that, you're going to give them a decent review. Because why? Because you're obligated. You got something for free. And I have several friends that do magic reviews here on YouTube. Some of them do receive free products. I'm not even going to mention their names because they've told me, David, I can't be as open and as honest as you because, I really can't because, I get this stuff for free. And they've told that to me. I could tell you their name, but I'm not going to because then I'd be, I'd be betraying their trust that they have with me.
Now, I mentioned it before. When it came to decks, I'm not biased because I received this without payment. I'm biased because I like Lloyd Barnes. That's why I'm biased. I like Lloyd Barnes. I met him. We have some communication back and forth. We're very friendly. He's been nothing but warm and friendly to me, as I've mentioned many times. And obviously, I'm going to be skewed with this product. Now, granted, if this was a product that I didn't think was good, what I would do, completely honestly, and no, that's not just me lying and saying, because a common thing is that when somebody's lying, they go, I'm going to be honest. No, I'm always honest, okay? In this case, I wouldn't review it. If it was shit, I'd be like, yo, listen, Lloyd, I appreciate you sending it out. I know that, you probably went out of your way to do it, but I don't like it. And I'd rather not review it and, just not put it out there and lie to just people just because you sent it. That's what I would do. I tell them I wouldn't fucking review it. The video would never go up just because, again, friendship with Lloyd. But when it comes to this product in particular, why the fuck not? It's an index. What else could you expect? What the fuck else could you expect? So for him, I guess other magicians might be different because they like to receive free shit. But I think most things in magic are cheap enough that is not really a crazy issue. Let's go through these comments. I'm sorry, I've been skipping through them. Fuck. I love. Oh my goodness. I always have to check the unbiased fake channel here. I always have to check to see if that's the real one. Because you got me before, buddy. You got me before. We have an unbiased in the chat, and it's not the real one. But let's go through these comments. You don't like him because he doesn't like you, and you're standing for your bro. This is weak drama, no big deal. Well, I don't care if he doesn't like me. I just hate the point of him being a fuck ass and saying not to expose magic. That's a stupid, weak point. PigCake got hit on his V-Star going 69 miles per hour. Take him to the ER. The other day, I hit 90 on it, and it was shaking. It was fucking straight up shaking. I see that Magic Buzz. Where's the Magic Buzz's comment? I don't see his comment here. Magic Buzz says, my favorite... I don't know why the voice to text hasn't come up here yet. But Magic Buzz says, my favorite part of magic marketing is all of the edging. You know what? It's kind of cheating.
You could stop at 5 or 6 stores or just one.
My favorite part of magic marketing is all the edging.
Magic Buzz, you cheated because you paid me money. You paid me in YouTube shekels. But I'm going to pin your comment. Can I fucking pin the comment, please? Can I pin this comment? It's not letting me pin your comment. That's kind of lame. I want to pin your comment. That says that. Could you retype that comment so I could pin it and give you a pin of glory here? Which, again, you cheated because it's almost like you paid to get on there. Even though it's just a comment, I think is pretty based. I would say it's a pretty based comment to begin with. But let me go through here. This part of the vid is so funny, says Steve Brooksy. Are you talking about the Dex review section, Steve Brooksy? What I meant was Magic Orthodoxy, says Magic Orthodoxy. Oh, okay. We're living in a digital age. Learning from a book is no different than learning in a video. The difference between purchasing a hooker and watching porn. AI thinks Copperfield made the statue disappear by lifting it with helicopters out of frame. Fuck. Let me go through here. He's calling you biased, David. I'm biased against UMR. I don't believe he has friends. Randall says backpedaling. Lol. So I'm just going through these just to make sure. Hungry and hungover. My favorite part of the magic marketing is edging. Yeah, but that's not you, Steve. Steve Brooks. I'm not going to give you a pin of glory just because you posted his comment. Okay, I'm talking about Magic Buzz. Fuck. Stop trying to steal the... You know what? Pin of shame, Steve Brooksy. You get the pin of shame here. You get the pin of shame because you tried to steal Magic Buzz's pin of glory by copying his tremendous comment. That's not the way it works, buddy. As a matter of fact, wait. Oh, no, I can't put it. It doesn't let me put the fucking comment. But yours is there as a pin of shame, not a pin of glory. I hope I put the right one there, right? I put shame. I hope so. I'm going to look back on this, and if I give you a pin of glory, I'm going to be very upset. Magic isn't the worst thing you could be exposing to children, says Corn Pop. I agree. Just look at Fogel. Jared Fogel, that's his name. For fuck's sake, I've been trying the whole stream. And now, yeah, you have, but your attempts are too obvious. Right? Only the classic books are ridiculously priced in the hundreds. He's calling you biased. I don't believe he has friends. Okay, so let's go back to the video here and see what this is. Okay, I hope you could still hear me.
You know, they've been at least open enough to tell me that, you know, and so that's why I say that. If we move on to the second thing here about the Magic Cafe, that the thread was locked, it is locked. It's locked right now. And in fact, there were a number of posts that were deleted afterwards as well, you know. So I don't know why they locked it down. I mean, I just speculated it was because we were saying things that they didn't want people to know about. So that, I mean, why else would they lock it down? You know what I mean? I mean, there's been other threads where people have argued back and forth and they just let it go, you know? Another thing there.
Okay, but. The point that he made was he was speculating, which there's nothing wrong with speculating, but again, you are implying that because the product was released through Murphy's, and Lloyd works for Murphy's, that he had a hand in locking the thread. Which I think is an asinine thing to claim. It's the mods. We know that the mods, just anytime there's any sort of flame war, any sort of back and forth, as we've seen on Facebook, they lock it down because they don't like drama, because they get their little panties wet. So the thing that he was saying and implying heavily was, that maybe it might have been the connection through Murphy's, which I just think is a ridiculous point to make. And this is coming from a conspiracy theory sort of guy, all right? Why are you putting chemicals in the water to turn the friggin' frogs gay, right? Coming from that sort of dude. But in this case, no, I don't think there's any sort of merit to that. And then there is some backpedaling here. Steve Brooksy says, did you see Anna D on AGT finals? I saw pictures, and I did like a half fap, but no, I didn't see her on AGT finals. I did see, sorry, I got a message from some shoddy, but I did see, the pictures and stuff, and she looked good. She's a very good looking woman. And boy, I'm just saying, my type. And we live in the same city, and I know this city like the back of my hand. So come on, Anna, why don't we hang out? Just get some drinks. I'm fun, I'm funny. R. Kelly, not R. Kelly, says the fact that I'm making the statement is ridiculous, but when someone released a magic trick, they spend a lot of time and effort to do it. So if you don't like it, don't buy it, and leave it at that. Dex. Yeah, that's the point too, right? If you don't like it, if you're not in the market for it, you're not obligated to buy it. So these magicians just fucking, oh man, I wonder what it is. Yeah, let me speculate. Let me just fucking speculate and fucking turn myself on with the possibilities. And then they say, oh, it's a thing that you have to practice. It goes in your pocket, and you're able to find cards by just riffling or putting your thumb through and finding cards. But it is going to take some practice. It's not this miracle. And they go, what? What do you mean? It's not this thing I built up in my head? It's not this thing that I thought, which is fucking defying the laws of physics? Shit, you ruined my nut, man. Fuck. Be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
Ill. My favorite part of magic marketing is all the edging. The magic buzz, Steve Brooksy. Shit. Corn Pop, you're getting a pin of glory. That's clever. I like that. That's really funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. You deserve it. You fucking deserve it, my friend. Okay, so let's go through these last ones, and then let's go back to the video and check it out, the last bit of the video. But let me go through these comments first. Okay, now, Jason Heist, you went too far. You went too far, Jason. Is that when Anna asked Howie if she wants to lick it for him? Did she do that? No way. Did she do that? Did she ask Howie if she wanted her to lick it for him? My mouth's watering just thinking of that. Shin Lim would be the last magician to win AGT. Everyone else should just give up. The two Davids need a bigger spoon to stir with? Yes. Do it. I don't know what you're talking about, the two Davids here. Unless there's an account called the two Davids. Cameron Brown says, we love you, PigCake. I love myself too. And then Randall Hunter says, Randall Harder says, practice? I guess referring to the fact that Dex requires practice. Something magicians apparently don't like.
Was the idea about the aces, right? So Lloyd Barnes he spent a lot of time showing you guys where the aces go into it, right? Here's what I invite you to do is this. Watch the whole tutorial. You will never see them use decks with the aces in it. They never do. Because why? They use it as a 48 card index. They don't use it with the aces in there because they're just going to get in the way. In fact, at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 27 seconds, Javier says this. These are his exact words from the tutorial. You can go right to this point, 1 hour, 11 minutes, and you'll hear him say this. He says, now we've gone through every single card in the deck, and that is not true because we have not gone through the aces. Now, in all honesty, anytime at all that I have a spectator name a card, I always tell them not to name the aces. So they don't use the aces, and I could show you guys. In fact, let me show you another little clip where you can see that Lloyd Barnes says that they're only using 48 cards because you can see that they're not using the aces. Look, watch this clip.
But let's say you have a deck of cards with 2 cards that are cover cards, so they could be jokers or just cards you're not going to use, like an ace of spades and something else. Then you're going to tear the corner off every single card in the deck and load every corner into an envelope in deck. So you have 52 or 50 or 48 if you're not going to do any of the aces.
So you can see there.
So that's not okay. That's not a smoking gun. What they're saying is that you can do it with the aces, and here's how to do it with the aces. As a matter of fact, I told Lloyd that what he should have done was when he did his video, he should have done it with the aces there, because you can do it with the aces in place the way they teach it to you. You could definitely do it like that. And there are also other alternative ways to do it with the aces that I found just playing around with it. But I told him he should have done it. That's the only regret that I have for his video. He should have done it with the aces set up and then had it and done the trick with the aces. And that would have been, you know, like a little haha. But they say, oh yeah, they don't do it with the aces. They don't do it personally with the aces. So in the context of decks, here's how you could do the routines. If you want to have the aces in your deck. If you want to use it with the aces, here's how to do it. So I think David sees this as some sort of smoking gun going, oh, whoa. Can you believe that he said that you don't, in a deck, do we only 48 cards? Yeah, because they're probably not doing it with the aces. However, if you want to do it with the aces, it is possible considering the construction of the fucking index. Now, granted, again, I think this is a non-issue because you could just very simply say, everyone says aces, so do me a favor, name any other card that you want. And that's not fucking anything that anyone even remotely remembers. They're not even going to go, oh, I remember he said the aces, the fucking aces. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. It's a logical thing. People do name the ace of spades. Like I fucking, the classic David Blaine performing an invisible deck on TV, where he does a trick and the guy goes, ace of spades. How'd you do that? Where he does the invisible deck bit. People name the fucking aces. It's a very common card. So, what's a good point to make? Hey, don't name the aces. I want you to name a card that's different. Name an obscure card. There you fucking go. But that's apparently a big issue here. Again, the comments here. I don't want to skip through them. I'm releasing a one-card index called the... Fuck. That's another good comment. Corn Pop says, I'm releasing a one-card index called the Six of Spades. Oh. Ah. I don't want to give you another pin, but I know that I would give you a pin for that. Okay, let's see. I'd like to see that. Still talking about that. Shin Lim, I already read that one. Practice. I'll find a link. I've watched the whole UMR reply video. What's the most hated statement that he makes? I have many. Mine is just the whole thing on exposure. The whole part that he has on exposure and the retardation of that and his take on it, I think it's dumb, it's asinine, and it's irrelevant in 2023. It's just an antiquated way of thinking, and especially with YouTube and video being so easily and available and prevalent, you're essentially denying the future. You're denying the future of information. And that's just a way that's just literally everything. It's not just limited to Magic. Everything is easily available. You could learn how to play a fucking song. You could learn how to do anything. You, again, as I mentioned, the example of Medicare. You could look up your symptoms online and find your symptoms or find whatever disease you have, usually very accurately, because now we have better search algorithms. Everything's a lot easier to do. Granted, would you want to do that? No, you always want an opinion from a doctor, but it's a thing that you could look up now because of the ease of availability of information. Remember the time Stephen Brooks, released a trick using a Bobo switch and said in the marketing, no funny switches? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I don't remember that. What was the trick? Although, Steve Brooksy, if you are the same person that I remember, I do remember that. I think when I first saw you commenting on the channel was when you said, hey, man, like, seriously, can you believe all these disgusting things that Steve Brooks is posting on his personal account? I'm like, what disgusting shit? Fuck him, motherfucker. And then let me see this disgusting stuff. And then I go to his Instagram account and then I'm like, oh, I agree with that. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. That's not that bad. Oh, that one? Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. Fuck. Am I terrible? Damn, that's huge, says Not R. Kelly. I'm releasing a 4-card index called Pockets. Fuck. Dex is not top, but that girth is massive. that's one of the other points that they make. It does fit well in a pocket. I've tried it in jeans. It does work in jeans, and I don't wear skinny jeans because I'm not a. I don't wear skinny jeans because I'm not a. Oh boy, it's like liar, liar, right? Where you can't lie. Ha! I don't wear skinny jeans because I'm not a. Boy, I hope this doesn't end up on a compilation somewhere. Okay. I don't wear skinny jeans because I'm not a. Oh, okay. But I did try it in my jeans and they're fairly tight. They're not straight jeans. What are they called? They're not straight, but they are pretty tight to the body. They're not skinny though. They're not even close to skinny. But I tried it with this and it works. And it doesn't show in your pocket as aggressive. So it does seem big because it is a deck of cards. It's an entire deck of fucking cards that's going in your pocket. But the size, I don't think is that much of an issue as much as people are making it out to be. Steve Brooksy. Fuck. This is the unbelievable. The amount of pins of glory that we've given today is unbelievable. Replace pinned message. Unbelievable. Steve Brooksy. I'm putting it inside of a regular card box. Great. That's a phenomenal message. And I appreciate you for it. Is Dex compatible with Parkinson's? Let's do a simulation. Right? Let's do a simulation. With Dex with Parkinson's. Oh, boy. All right. This is a bad joke. I'm going to give myself a preemptive car crash. Right? But I'm... All right. So Dex with Parkinson's. Fuck. This is not good. This is not in good taste. For sure. But... you know, I would say it's not compatible. It's not compatible. Shit, it's not compatible with Parkinson's, so it doesn't work. Shit. Let's see here. Let's go through, see if I skipped any good comments here. No, I said good comments. Short, but my deck's tall. That's the next button that I need to get. I was going to create a vintage 80s index called cargo pants. Yeah, that's the other one. No, I definitely don't have cards all around my body. Let me just reach into this pocket and fucking... Let's go through this video. I've gone long enough. Fuck. I need to respond back to Shotties.
That the reality is that they're not using the aces. And if you watch, like I said, if you watch through the tutorials,
Did you see the eights?
They never have the aces.
Did you say the eights? Which one? The eight of clubs?
The aces aren't there because they're not using the aces. Because,
my bad.
You know, personally, I believe
Shut up.
that they didn't intend on using the aces, is what I think. But of course, you know, that's my opinion. But if you watch the tutorial, you'll see that the aces they're not in there at all, you know, so you can see that too. You know, another thing is that I talked about the 4 main routines that they go over in decks. You know, that wasn't me. If you actually look here, and I'll show you guys here a screenshot here, if you look at the table of contents here, you'll see that they have Dex Routine 2, Dex Routine 3, Dex Routine 4. I mean, those are the 4 main routines that they have because they actually call them Dex Routine, right? I mean, there's tons of routines here, tons of ideas, and I did mention that.
Okay, I'm not going to rewatch the fucking entirety of this shit. But semantic. I think that was a semantic argument there. But you can see the Dex drama. Lloyd made a great video. Unbiased has his response you could watch. And I made a video summarizing it. Of course, there is an update on the email situation, which is in the fact that he's claiming that they're not real. I can attest to that. I don't know anything about that. But hopefully more information is going to come out on that, at some time. At some time. We'll see. But as far as the Dex drama, I think that is a good example of ultimate virginity in the Magic space. Ultimate virginity that doesn't seem to end. It's always sort of the same bit. And, I gotta say, it's the same with any product that gets hyped in Magic. If you want it, if you need it, let me rephrase myself. If you need it, get it. If it's something you need, if it's something you think that's going to make your life easier, if it's something you can make money on, make back what you paid for it. I like to give the example of my camera. Right? right? These are all little dumb things that they're investments. They're a lot of money up front, but I've made money on this. I've made more money than the cost of this using this. So to me, it's well worth it. If you're somebody that's gigging, Stefan gave me a great word for people that gig that I can't use because of its similarity to another dirty word. But if you're a person that gigs a lot, and this is something that's going to make your life easier, then by all means get it. Then by all means get it, because you're going to be making the money back. If you're an amateur, if you're a hobbyist, and you need a pocket index because you want an alternative to an invisible deck, or you want to find cards in your pocket for whatever trick, then right here. This is a good alternative. It's an index. It's new. Lloyd Barnes does a great job explaining a lot of different ideas you could do with it, and it's definitely one that I would consider to be a good product. Piggy spreading wisdom instead of hate. Gotta love it though. Like you couldn't slip in the aces. I'd so wear that hat in a review, says Magic Orthodoxy. I want to see how much they are. Let's actually check that out. How much his merch is. You know what I realized, by the way, speaking of merch, because I'm retarded. Did I? Oh my God. Did I fucking... I really hope I didn't do this. Okay. I thought I accidentally put my end screen. But I realized that I was making $1 profit on one of the shirts that I was selling on my fucking website. So this is a trick. Oh no, this is a song called... okay, so does he have links? Does he have a merch store? Channels? About... Oh my God. Audio modulation, buddy. Okay, about. Let me see if he has a website. Hobbyist. No, he doesn't seem to have a website. Channels. Let me see if I look up Unbiased Magic Reviews. He's following Alan Ackerman. He's not following me though. Fuck. Unbiased Magic Review. Merch. Let's see if he has merch. Erdnace Magic Store. No, that's not. I don't think that's a legitimate store. I think that's one of the scam stores that exists. But I don't seem to find any of his merch here. He does have the hat, so I guess he made the hat. But that's kind of odd. No, that's kind of lame. I want to see. I'd purchase one of the hats. That'd be a dope hat to wear. And a fucking shirt. It's like I always had the same bit with what's it called? What's that lady from the feminist podcast? She has a feminist magic podcast. Fuck, come on, somebody help me out here. Anna something? No. Let me look it up. Feminist magic podcast. Feminist magic. That's one that I'd love to get on. That'd be a fun fucking argument. Feminist Magic Podcast. What is it? Feminist. Funny enough, if I look up Feminist Magic Podcast, the Fat Feminist Witch is one of the first thing that comes out. The Fat Feminist Witch, which is a little bit redundant, I would say. It's a little bit redundant. But Shazam, is that the name? I think that was the name. Shazam Podcast. Shazam. Let's see what the most recent one is. It doesn't have a date. She has one with the Magic Circle lady. I want to see the date on this. I want to see when the last one that she uploaded was. This is on Apple Podcasts. 2022. So she hasn't had one in a while. At least on the Apple website. I forgot who it was that had a shirt on that legitimately was like one of her shirts. That he has the whatever merch that she wore. I wanted to buy her merch, but her merch was very expensive. You should sell his merch on your store. I don't want him. I feel like this guy is very vindictive, like in the back end. Like I feel like he'll have his crosshairs on me more aggressively if I sell Unbiased Magic Review merch. I forgot about that podcast. They made Jabrizi have a meltdown. Although I do think Jabrizi sort of won that. I think Jabrizi was the one that came out the victor in that particular podcast. Even though he came out looking like an idiot, but he still came out the victor. Steve Brooksy says, I already got it for you. Fuck. Mr. Trump and WrestleMania in the background. Oh, that also tells me that my battery ran out for my light. A killer troll move with the grab his logo and you sell his hat merch, which Magic Orthodoxy already said he beat you to it. What else here? For some reason, nobody knows who the Feminist Magic Podcast is, right? For some reason. I remember the name, Shazam. And it's Kayla Drescher. Yeah. That'd be a great podcast to go on. I feel like we'd have a wonderful conversation, especially on this whole thing of female magicians and how female magicians were complaining that they get called female magicians. But the ones that were calling them female magicians were themselves. They were calling themselves female magicians. I just remember this other magician that I don't want to name. I'm always poking fun at him. Every person that I have interaction with, I'm like, you have to see this video of this guy protesting the BLM riots through magic tricks. That's all the hint I'm giving you. If you get it, you get it. But I'm not gonna. If you guess the right name, I'm not gonna agree with you. But if you get it and you see it and you laugh at it, you're welcome. It's a great video. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But this guy was wearing one of her shirts, just there, like looking like a nerd. Just like, I got one of your shirts that said Shazam. No more intolerance. Let's actually, fuck it. Let's just look at the merch. Fuck it. Now that I'm talking about it. Merch. Swag. Let's look at the swag here. Real quick. Shazam. The merch isn't bad. I gotta say, it's just standard stuff. But there was one in particular that I remember seeing years ago. I don't know if she still has that one. That's like the most... like, no... hatred, bigotry, no this or that. And I'm like, that's a little bit too much. Like, I get it. Those are all things that I think most people would agree with. I think people would, in general, agree with about 99% of that. I don't know if this is it. What the fuck? This is just a black shirt. This is literally a black shirt. I'm trying to find the same shirt, but she doesn't have it here anymore. She took it out. Maybe that's a good thing. Merch. Let's see. Merch. Let's check it out. I'm trying to find the one because that shirt just really got me. I was like, no bigotry, no this or that, and I'm like, oh, all right. I can't find it. Fuck it. But that's the stream, my friends. We've been going on here for a little bit. I think we've killed it. I think we've done well. We've had a nice stream going over a lot of the virginity in magic. And we've also gone over a lot of different avenues in terms of society. When we live in a society, my friends, you have to act as such. And a lot of people don't seem to think that. They think that they own the space around them, even though they're in public. So I gotta say, we live in a society.
You know, we're living in a society.
That's did that. Stop bigotry. Fuck. Stop bigotry. That's a great shirt. I'm gonna write that down, Steve Brooksy. Just as I ended this. Stop bigotry. I think that's better than a PLM shirt. So stop pigotry. Damn. That is an unbelievable shirt. But thank you guys for joining. As always, rock on and keep the magic strong. Fuck yeah. Shit.